Good morning, and welcome to the Vessel of Hatred edition of I'm Still Playing. And if you were trying to log in last night during a nearly 6-hour delay, it's probably what you had become, a Vessel of Hatred. So let's jump right into it. Let's talk about how the launch went and what you can expect if you're just coming back to Diablo 4 for the expansion. So Vessel of Hatred, the first full expansion for Diablo 4, was supposed to go live last night around 6 p.m. local time for me. I wasn't actually able to sit down until about 8, so I sat down there expecting everything to be well underway. You can imagine my surprise and disappointment when I went to log in and received this. Now, here's the thing. If you've just purchased an expansion and your very first attempt to log in isn't even met with like servers full or login queue, but invalid license, that's a pretty scary message. I mean, it was even for me, and I'm used to this kind of bullshit. So I was like, what? But a quick trip to Reddit confirmed that yes, indeed, invalid license was an expected response to not being able to log in, to them being down. I found my way over to the Blizzard forums where Pez Radar, the community manager, had already begun putting up posts stating that they were going to be delayed. Initially, they were like, well, we're going to be delayed some amount of time. We're not sure how long. And then they were like, hey, yeah, it's going to be yet another 2 hours. And this is 2 hours after the first message. And then finally, about 5.5 hours later, they came back and said, hey, servers are up. But then, even after the servers had come back up, you had a 38 gigabyte patch to download for Battle.net users. And this was actually a bit surprising to me, a 38 gigabyte patch after the servers came back up, because I could understand the servers being overloaded or having to make some quick hot fixes to get things rolling. But a 38 gigabyte patch makes me wonder if, even though they had already preloaded all of the game content, theoretically, all the common content, I was thinking perhaps maybe they hadn't preloaded all of the cinematic content and the actual campaign content. Which kind of tracks with what I was seeing, because I wasn't seeing, when I first attempted to log in, the Diablo 4 Vessel of Hatred login screen or any of the logos. And that stuff was either already downloaded and locked behind a server latch or hadn't been downloaded yet at all. So either that was the case or something had just gone terribly wrong and they had to patch the client in order to fix it up, which seems highly unlikely, but is entirely possible. Anyway, once you were able to get in, things started to go a little bit better. So I began setting about creating my seasonal character, and of course I'm going to create a Spiritborn character. Character creation is as good as it always been, and the Spiritborn looked fantastic. I futzed around a little bit. I settled on a blue theme because I'm going with lightning and storm elements naturally, and then sat through once again the cinematic that I've seen about 20 times now, but still couldn't skip. And then I actually started playing the game. So if you are coming back, a couple of quick tips for you. First, if you haven't played Diablo 4 since it launched, or not at all, you should know that it is a significantly improved game from when it launched. Really, around Season 4, they completely overhauled how aspect management worked, and it made the game about 1,000,000 times better. That combined with just a variety of play mechanics that they've introduced to sort of reduce some of the grind points in the game. Overall, it's just a much, much better game than it was when it launched. So it's a great time to come back. Another thing you probably want to be aware of is that if you have finished the original campaign, you can start the game directly at the beginning of the expansion campaign, which is kind of nice. And you can start it with a level 1 Spiritborn character. So you don't have to, wait till you get to the end of the expansion to unlock Spiritborn or anything like that. Spiritborn can be unlocked right away at level 1. You can go directly to the expansion campaign if you've already played the original campaign. And you can do all of this with a seasonal character. And if you're wondering about the difference between seasonal characters and eternal characters, all you really need to know is that the seasonal character is the thing you want. There are some great guides out there, so you're welcome to go read them. But I don't know that anyone is playing eternal characters after you've finished the original campaign. And if there is a reason for you to play eternal character, and if you're one of the people out there playing them, let me know, because I'm kind of curious. I've seen a few other guides out there mention this tip, so I thought I would pass it along as well. The general consensus is that you should go and do the seasonal quests first. You'll know it. It's the one marked by a tiny leaf. The reason is that completing the quest rewards you with a new consumable called the Seething Opal or something or another. There are actually several types, but they all reward you with a 15% experience boost that you'll want on your character while you're playing the campaign. The seasonal quest is pretty short, and it mostly just asks you to go out there and find a realm walker and kill it to open up a portal. Now, this is an open world quest similar to a world boss, and so there will be a lot of people out there tackling these things. You can see where they are, where they're currently spawning by this marker on the map. But the thing that you should know here, the little bit of a trick, is that even though this marker is on the map at this location, it's not like a world boss location. It's not necessarily going to be right here because these things spawn and then they start roaming around the world. So don't be like an idiot like I was and stand around this thing looking for it or waiting for it to show up if it's already very late in the event. But just go out there and go find the thing and then begin helping others kill it. Once you kill this thing, then it will create a portal for a seething dungeon. You go into that, and then at the end of that, you'll receive a message asking you the kind of reward you want. Make sure that you click on the little thing here that shows you the different types of opals that you can get. And also, you'll want to be sure and bring some either orbals or some, ore. In order to open the darn thing up. Because even though you've defeated the denizens of Atron, you still have to pay to get your reward. And then after you've done that, it's probably a good idea to visit the alchemist real briefly and craft yourself a few elixirs so that you can then have your seething opal and your elixir on you while you're doing the campaign. And then just go out there and start doing the campaign. Follow the yellow quests and have a great time. That's pretty much all I have for the launch. I think it went overall fairly well, if you don't mind the 6-hour delay in order to get started. A little rough, needless to say. But now that I'm in the game, I'm having a good time, and all is forgiven because my Spiritborn is amazing. What did you guys think? Were you able to get in the game okay? Are you playing it yet? What do you think of the expansion so far? Let me know in the comments below. Please, if you're enjoying my content, hit the like button and subscribe, as they say. And I will see you soon. Take care.